You know, with the year 2020 coming to a close, I'm trying so very desperately to hold on to the positive things that have happened and may continue to happen for the last few weeks of this year. One of those things was I got to celebrate my birthday weekend watching a live stream of my favorite band, Gorillaz, with their new tour, if you want to call it that, for Song Machine Live. This would technically be the third time that I've seen a Gorillaz concert live. Of course, no one was there physically. It was all live streamed. The price of admission, I believe for myself, was $10 for one show, which was, I think, completely fair. Now, the first hour of the show was the Song Machine album, for the most part. They didn't play every song, of course, there was too much music to play, but they played a number of the bigger hits. So as an example, they played Aries, Valley of the Pagans, Lost Chord, they played Pac-Man, they also played the Pink Phantom. They played most of the songs that I personally liked from Song Machine. So that was a real treat for me to at least see it in some sort of live setting. One song that they didn't play that kind of surprised me was, they didn't play Friday the 13th, which I think was a real shame with how popular I feel that song came after its release initially. Again, that is one of my favorites, even though initially it did kind of turn me off. But I would have liked to see that song live, like so many other ones did. For the most part, the live artists, of course, were not there. They were either holograms or recordings. The only one that they actually had in person was the guys from Momentary Bliss. They also had the guy from Lost Chord, and actually, Robert Smith from The Cure was there to play Strange Times as the opener. And it's funny because this is the first Gorillaz concert I've ever seen where they did not start with M1A1. Visually speaking, it was as good as it could have been. There were animations being played in the background. They really focused on Damon Albarn and the other singers, or holograms or recordings of the live performers if they were not there in person, which I thought was very, very appropriate. Again, $10 for admission was a very, very reasonable price for the show that we had. So the Song Machine set reaches towards its conclusion, and I see someone walk out on the stage. And I think to myself, what is he doing? And he had this book that came up, and there's only one Gorillaz song that has a book like that. And it's not really a song, it's more of a story being told, and that is Fire Coming Out of the Monkey's Head, which is one of my favorite songs from Demon Days that I never would have imagined that I would have had to see live, because it's such an odd song, because it's not a song, it's just a telling of a story. And son of a bitch, they did it live. And then, after they did Fire Coming Out of the Monkey's Head, they proceeded to do other songs that I never would have imagined that I would have seen live. They played Dracula, which I was like, huh, how about that? They then proceeded to play Demon Days and also Don't Get Lost in Heaven, which is usually the closing for the shows of the other two times that I saw Gorillaz. And just when I thought it was over, because Demon Days is usually their finisher, they came out to play Clint Eastwood. But again, to my surprise, it was not the original Clint Eastwood. They actually played the bonus track version of the Ed Case remix from the first Gorillaz album, which completely took me by surprise. I very much enjoyed that remix. I like that song. Maybe not as much as the original, but still enough. And I never would have imagined that they ever would have picked that song. It came out of nowhere. They had the singer doing the rap breakdown live there, and I was absolutely floored. The concert itself was roughly an hour and 30 minutes. It was, again, very good for the price of admission. Nothing too fancy, nothing too extraordinary that took place except for the fact that it happened. But it was a real nice birthday treat to myself. You know, it's been a really, really hard year for myself and a lot of other people. And it just meant a lot to me to be able to enjoy my favorite band for another performance. I think someday I am going to tell the stories of when I saw Gorillaz the first two times, but I just wanted to share that little tidbit saying that, yeah, I saw Song Machine live. Probably the last concert I'm going to see for this year, and if things continue to go as they go, I might be out of concerts for a while. Now, I'm not certain how accessible it is now. I do believe that they were offering packages where you can purchase it and just stream it again, because, you know, it's already been streamed. You could just watch it. I'm sure there's clips up there on YouTube. I haven't checked personally. I would recommend giving it a shot. Even if it costs $10-15, I still think it's worth it. You get a very good block of songs, and of course, if you are a Gorillaz fan, it's just enough to whet your palate for hopefully the tours that come in the future. Well, I thank you guys so very much, and I'll see you in the next one.